Yeah, thanks. Alright, Spotted Meadow, what do you have to say? Do I know of any returning residents? God, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Talk to Kickpoo. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Muriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Muriel, I believe, is the former, I don't know what you would call it, hand lady for the Empress. The primary attendant for the Sultana. It appears she has taken flight. Muriel, aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. Hmm? That's the one closest to the market entrance. I don't think I've ever been to this little pocket area. Closest to the market entrance should be over here. Right. I mean, there are only so many houses to check, so...
You are Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lolorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Muriel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
So, to my recollection, Ilbert is the leader of the Crystal Braves, which is like the kind of mercenary force that we had set up. And it turned out that they were large factors in the coup. Think like the Golden Cloaks. If you follow Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilbert was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilbert. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilbert's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended.
And Ilbert is Raban's former close buddy. And the reason why he's missing an arm.
Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation.
What if it ended up being poison?
You will find Her Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Hey Phoenix, how you doing? I mean, I think he has pretty just cause to be angry. The person who, like, lifted him up from being a pit fighter was a ruler, and she was going to abdicate the throne, which caused people who were profiting from her to try to kill her to stop that, which caused people who were profiting from her but didn't want her necessarily to die to fake that they killed her. And all the while, Angry Mole Man, Ravan, gets his arm chopped off by his best friend, who was ready to see him dead to fulfill the coup. So, you know. Nothing we don't see every 4 years in the States, right? By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Bummer. Flame General Raban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will. Oh, he's breathing. She's got stuffies. Yay! He's not dead. This isn't how Sleeping Beauty went.
I was having the longest dream.
To be fair, I don't think Raban has had a shower ever. I don't think he's had a shower ever.
Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
Aww, that's so sweet. I'm glad they're back together.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Ul'dah into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
I think this is like who can kill her first. Yeah, I think this is the origin story of Jeff Bezos.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius, yes, well. 'Twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teledji Adeledji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
So the Agrius met its end, I believe, in battle with Migr Zomer, the big badass dragon. I think they kind of like it destroyed the ship as it impaled the dragon. So it's a problem.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Ul'dah has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely.
The only problem I have with them disbanding the Crystal Braves is that I really liked their clothing. There's this really rich, vibrant, like, cobalt blue.
Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low.
I'm just realizing that he's wearing, like, this little whatever it is with a little tie and everything.
I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Flip my visor up because I can't see anything. Better. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil. The fact remains, there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. I and Ul'dah, too, shall flourish once more. General Roban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question, if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You'll be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilberd's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Phaedwin? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Guild 2 has the Order of the Crystal Bloom. They have this opal-like armor. Opal? That's my birthstone. It's free still. Commander, you're alive. And Phaedwin, too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Bah, you're not hear us complaining. It was a sight messier than expected, aye, but we were still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye! You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We talked it over, see, and we all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but it won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideas upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other, and to you. Commander, Alphino, our minds are made up. You may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Ophelia and Yaz. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Good, he is upset. Good. Excuse me, I thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Phaedwin. Vestalic as my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover of the missing scions we need to share with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger and the Waking Sands, and Tataru and Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I would join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Raidwood, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Monocutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fortall Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Uldahs then. Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these monocutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Needhogg seems content to remain in the Aery, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Oh, what's up, Ul'dah? On Final Fantasy XIV, I am on Modwin, which is on the Dynamis server.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
How you doing, Ul'dah?
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphinaud's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Ysart taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiamat, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphinaud? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Okay, so maybe it's not a dungeon? I am uncertain. I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Aery. Not think me blind to his intent, his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the monocutters. Oh, it's like little jet skis. I didn't realize the scale of them. Faywin, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The finer whatever. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a cermet drill through his cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, warrior of light, the dread worm awaits. Yeah, so my initial thought was like, okay, I gotta go up here and there's, it's gonna be a dungeon, right? It's gotta be. I mean, didn't they have like a floating island for Wrath of the Lich King or something? There's a dungeon. Shit. Right? Like, You get out of here. Got your eye. Okay, I've been playing so many other jobs off stream doing PvP. I need to reacquaint myself with the loadout here. Okay, so we gotta summon Carbuncle for sure. I'd forgotten. But yeah, go ahead and spoil it. Can I target that? No? Okay. I thought this was like break that tether or something. Okay, okay. That does sound familiar.
Your guard is down. Know your folly.
Sweet. I wonder if I should slot Limit Break on here if Stinian's just gonna take it. Oh, got a game. Hello. How are you doing? I'm okay. Thanks. I'm okay, I'm just fighting dragons, falling down holes. You know, stuff I usually do. Could be better. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope it gets better over the course of hanging out here.
I will end your struggles.
Giscutus uses a poisonous gas. Oh, I guess I'm gonna keep rolling then. I should probably pay a little more attention to this battle. How many to play on your PC? What's wrong with your PC? Oh, just time. Flammable gas. Let me get in here then. Ow! Fuck! That hurt. Okay, we get in when it shows arrows out. Otherwise, if I were on the outskirts, that would have thrown me into the windy bits. I assume. It's in line with other fights in the past.
Know your folly.
Power assholes of the power company. Oh, hold on. Please hold. I'm talking having to do with a clogged toilet that literally took me hours. Unclog. Oh, damn. That sucks. Or doesn't suck, I guess. Good weekend. I'm sorry, dude. That's frustrating. Yeah. And for me, I enjoy MMOs. I like the sense of progression that comes with it. Monthly massage is very valuable. Massages are awesome. I don't think I'm going to get a massage from Needhog. When was the last time you hydrated? Oh shit, I can't do that right now, my guy. I do have water right next to me though, because I've had lots of caffeine this weekend. And I think, I think that's been one of the primary reasons I've been having a lot of headaches lately. On top of it just being like my cool superpower, I get headaches all the time. Alright, I'm gonna assume we just spread out, avoid overlap, avoid those lines. Yeah. Another thing about MMOs I really like is like doing boss fights and figuring out how they work. I'm flying. Help. That was weird. Not too much, not too little caffeine. Yeah. Yep, that's the way. This is the way. Needog's Rancor? Oh, okay, so he's got a Berserk timer, or an Enrage timer. I might have to focus here. I assume it's going to be a wipe if we don't get him down enough in time. Ouch! Were we supposed to stack for that?
Taste my loss.
Ooh. Oh, we need a stack? Okay. Go ahead and use Limit Break. Oh, I didn't get it off before I froze. Set me down! Limit Break. Limit Break. Hydrate, okay. Thanks for the reminder. Sweet, thanks NPCs. You the realist. Thou wast use mine own eye against me. Time hath done naught to dilute thy kind's depravity. I have not forgotten thee, Dragoon. Mine essence claimed thee once, and shall do so again.
No worm! This ends here!
Y'all see the armor? Dude, that's cool looking. And that's gross.
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Gotcha eyeballs. Ooh, gotcha eyeballs.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
So is that a dude who set up a tavern in around Gridania?
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dirender, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
JT, thank you for the follow.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history, to the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Ul'dah, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Ul'dah took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull?
Thank you for addressing that, because I was like, am I the only one who thought that? Okay.
Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well-deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Though Nidhogg has fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. Ah, cool, I got an ether current. And a mount? Mana cutter key. That's a new mount. Yeah. What's it look like? Cool. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remain to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. If Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would ever hear the truth from the Dragon's Maw. Yeah, so Iceheart is really messed up, right? Because like her whole identity has been like, I will be a vessel for Shiva, right? And then Hraesvelgr is like, actually, that's not Shiva, you idiot. That's just your imagination of Shiva. That's just a projection of Shiva. Shiva's dead. And people are to blame. So, like, I mean, Lady Iceheart, her whole identity basically is shattered. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn the death of its kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer be buried. Lady Iceheart, The Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. It's time you learn the truth of its beginning, the whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, Warrior of Light. Do you see my inventory? It's gonna take a minute. I gotta find it. Is it for Svelger's eye? I thought I saw a missing eye last time. Impenitent mortals ever seeking to bury old wrongs under new. I did sense the moment of Nidhogg's demise.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Would seem thou hast uncovered my secret. Aye, unto the blinded Nidhogg did I yield 1/2 of my strength. I completely forgot it was missing an eye. I was like, that's weird. Boy, I hope we're helping it and it appreciates that. And it's not like, thanks, you idiots. Nidhogg, what hath befallen thee? No, not exit the game. No, 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 no. Oh no, sorry. We are undone by covetous mortals. They did take Ratataskar's eyes, and glut their appetites upon her essence. She is slain then. What madness hath unmade our peaceful accord? Did I not warn thee, brood brother? They have ever been untrustworthy creatures, these short-lived Elysian. But thou wert enchanted by thy mortal maid. Thy folly hath cost Ratatoskr her life, and me mine eyes. O my beloved Shiva, how swiftly are thy kin made bestial by their appetites. Rizvelga, was thy blindness that did invite disaster into our lands. Surrender thee an eye to me, and let that be thy penance. Nidhogg. They bested me once, but I was reckless. I shall need but a single eye to inflict enduring torment upon these traitors and every child of their line. Yield to me thy strength, brother. My vengeance is begun. Thou hast borne witness to a scene from my past.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Ul'dah had dealt the worm a killing blow.
When my brood brother did appear before me bloody and blinded, his life was all but spent. He demanded half my vigor that he might exact his revenge upon the mortals who had wronged us.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
The peace my beloved so dearly desired had been shattered by her own kin. Their treachery claimed my brood sister's life and my brood brother's reason. Thinkest thou thy fits of indignation will move me to remorse? Go, mortals, take your unruly passions and leave this place. Your presence here spelleth naught but misery. Were it not for Shiva's soothing embrace, I would slay you where you stand. Woe betide you should the bond we share ever weaken. So, if we had kept that eye, would we have been able to control Hraesvelgr? Or would it need to have, like, rejoined with Hraesvelgr for that control to be reestablished? I guess we'll never know. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Hraesvelgr wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Ul'dah took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, warrior of light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault. And the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
Are they like trying to fuel Alexander?
The moment is at hand.
Good night, Phoenix. Thanks for hanging out. You get some rest.
Soon be in alignment. It is time for the bringer of light to die.
I don't have any water spells, so I can't help.
Comrades, sheathe your swords. There is no need for further bloodshed.
My lady!
She has come.
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Peace?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
Tell him, Horsefall. That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Halone that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess, I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of the Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on? Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mist together, along with Estinian. Neither was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sir Aymeric must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Aymeric to Forton Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well. Faven and I shall wait you there. Oh, maybe Estinian said something in there.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelgr? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Aymeric, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emeric prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
I hope nothing bad happened to Orshafon. Alright. We are going to call it here. It is getting deep into intrigue, and I am deep into tiredness.